There is a kind of childhood wound that leaves no visible bruise, no shouting, no broken objects, no obvious crisis, just something missing. You were fed, you were clothed, you went to school. From the outside, everything looked normal, but inside, something felt absent. No one really noticed when you were overwhelmed. No one asked what you were thinking. No one slowed down long enough to study your silence. You were there, but you were not fully seen. This is the psychology of growing up unnoticed. And the effects of that invisibility don't disappear with age. They become personality. They become attachment style. They become the way you move through love, conflict, ambition, and identity. Today, we're not talking about dramatic abuse. We're talking about emotional invisibility and how it quietly shapes a life. Being unseen does not mean unloved. This is crucial. Many parents love deeply, but love and attunement are not the same. Attunement means noticing subtle emotional shifts, responding with curiosity, mirroring feelings back, validating internal experiences. For example, a child says nothing but looks withdrawn. An attuned caregiver says, "You seem quiet today. Did something happen?" An unattuned environment might say, "Go play. You're fine. Don't be dramatic." The difference seems small, but repeated over years, it shapes identity. When attunement is missing consistently, the child adapts. Maybe the household was busy, overwhelmed, emotionally distant, achievement-focused, survival-focused. The child absorbs an unspoken message. My emotions are background noise. I shouldn't interrupt. I shouldn't need too much. And invisibility becomes normal. Children discover who they are through reflection. A caregiver acts as a mirror. You're frustrated. You're creative. You're sensitive. You're brave. Through this, the child builds a self-concept. But when no one reflects you back, identity becomes blurry. Adults who grew up unnoticed often struggle with, who am I really? What do I actually like? Why do I adapt so easily? Instead of developing internally, they developed externally. They learned to scan the room, read moods, anticipate reactions. They became observant, adaptive, quietly self-contained. This can look like emotional maturity, but sometimes it's survival. Let's go deeper biologically. When a child's emotional bids go unanswered repeatedly, the nervous system recalibrates. It learns connection is unreliable. So it shifts toward self-soothing, emotional suppression, hyper-independence. This is not weakness. It is intelligent adaptation. The body reduces emotional expression because expression did not produce safety. Over time, this can create flat emotional presentation, difficulty crying, discomfort receiving care, feeling awkward when praised, a tendency to say, "I'm fine" automatically because visibility feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar feels unsafe. There is often quiet shame underneath invisibility. A child may think, if no one notices me, maybe I'm not important. If no one responds, maybe I'm too much. This turns into chronic self-doubt, imposter syndrome, minimizing accomplishments. Downplaying needs shame doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers, "Don't take up space," and so you don't. Unseen children often become unseen adults. Common patterns: choosing emotionally unavailable partners, because emotional distance feels familiar. Overfunctioning in relationships, doing more, caring more, expecting little, struggling to ask for reassurance, because needing feels dangerous, feeling lonely in long-term relationships, even when technically not alone. Invisibility becomes comfort. Visibility feels exposing. And sometimes when someone truly sees them, they feel overwhelmed instead of relieved. Because being seen activates vulnerability. Many unnoticed children turn to achievement. If I succeed, I will be noticed. This creates high achievers, overachievers, perfectionists, workaholics. But success cannot replace attunement. Recognition is not the same as emotional mirroring. You can be admired and still not feel seen. That gap creates exhaustion because you're performing for visibility instead of experiencing connection. Under invisibility, there is often grief. Grief for the attention you didn't receive, the comfort you didn't experience, the reassurance you never heard, and sometimes anger. But it's quiet anger. It may show up as irritability, emotional withdrawal, passive resentment, feeling misunderstood easily. Some people turn that anger inward. They criticize themselves relentlessly. Others detach. Both are protection. Healing begins with acknowledgement, not blame, not accusation, recognition. You can say, I needed more. I deserved more presence. I wasn't too much. Healing requires practicing visibility in safe spaces. Small acts, expressing a preference, naming a feeling, disagreeing respectfully, allowing someone to comfort you. At first it feels unnatural because you were trained to shrink, but expansion is a skill and it can be learned. If you were not mirrored consistently, you must now learn to mirror yourself. That means naming your emotions, validating your reactions, celebrating your wins, allowing your needs. You become your own attuned caregiver, not perfectly, but consistently. And over time, your nervous system learns visibility is safe. If you grew up unnoticed, your silence was survival. Your independence was adaptation. Your emotional restraint was protection. But you are not required to remain invisible. You deserve to be seen, fully, clearly, without performing for it. If this resonated with you, share your experience in the comments. Your story might help someone else feel understood. And if you found this video valuable, like, share, and subscribe. It helps this channel reach more people who are trying to understand themselves and heal quietly. And remember, being raised but not seen may explain your patterns, but it does not define your future.